Hey girls. Hey, this is March 2nd, 2026. I wanted to record this video yesterday, but Esther gave the video to you because I was just so proud of just seeing you interact with so many other girls and just peers your age. And anyway, I was listening to a video I came across, and a gal who's an Olympian was being was doing a little press conference thing. She I think she's known for some kind of skiing event. Well, anyway, so she was asked the question, and the person interviewing, uh, up front said, "I don't mean to be offensive, but you know, do you think before you speak at all? Because it just seems like you answer very quickly, but you're also very thoughtful and comprehensive with your answers, and it's just trying to understand that better." It was a general question, and the guy was very welcoming and to the question. And what she said was that she is very introspective. She journals a lot. She really tries to make sense of who she is in the world around her and trying to, just pour her ideas out on paper and trying to just be honest with her thoughts and just wrestle with those things. There are a couple lessons to be taught with that, and it's something your old man can learn from too. Probably the very first thing is knowing that your thoughts and you bringing those things out, and the way you go about that carries weight. There's value in it, but I say the word weight just in that it can be used for good or it can be used for something very bad. The bad end would be poor thinking, thinking you are something you're not. Thinking that you don't you're not made for something is bad thinking. You are loved immensely by your mom and dad. You are a child of God. You are going to be great at some things. You won't be great at everything, but there are going to be some things you're very great at. You have purpose in life, and it's very well laid out. Just being able to embrace the truth about yourself and not letting how you feel in the moment dictate that truth can carry a lot of weight. And the gal did a really good job explaining that too. You can ask me questions about neuroplasticity if you ever have a question about it, but basically it's something that carries over in the realm of your mentality in some ways, physically too in other ways. But from a mentality standpoint, you have to exercise good thinking. You have to, a big example with, the child of God thing. It's just a fact. In Christ, you are brought back to the family of God. And so you have the privilege to live within that. And being within that, brings peace to the mind, brings value to knowing who you are and what your future holds. And embracing that truth and, and just knowing who you are in that and wrestling with that, and understanding the positives, with that and affirming those things. Neuroplasticity fortifies that in your brain, which is great. If you, now for me, something I struggle with, it's like I struggle with what I call the fourth leg of practice, and it's business. I hate the idea of wanting to charge somebody more money or thinking about money and things like that. And it's just grown into this thing where I just feel very apprehensive to the thought of doing something with that. Money's not a bad thing. Running a business is not a bad thing. But because I've never associated positive things with it, and I've always been reserved and removed, and just not really passive, more so just thinking it's bad. That's something that's molded and carried in my mind, and now I live with the consequences of that. Doesn't mean I can't recover, but I fight against that. Business is a great way to uh, set up a way that you can do what you enjoy doing and make a living off of doing it, and it can fulfill the requirements of loving God and loving people. You will wrestle with it though, if you get into the any kind of service world. But anyway, that's all to say with that. That's something your old man struggles with. So there's a neuroplastic aspect to that whole mentality. I had a second point to talk about, and it's really early in the morning, so my brain isn't working, at 100%. But I guess maybe it's something on the lines of just that, along with that mentality that that gal had. I guess it would be along the ends of that, just recognizing that you get to chart out your future. Mom and me can't determine what that is. My folks, your grandma, grandpa, they tried to look for strengths in me when I was growing up, and they said, "Oh, we've noticed you're really good at this. We've noticed you're really good at that." Um, it always seemed like the thing that was driving me was trying to fix things, and so I looked for things that were weak in me and tried to fix them. I don't think that's the best way to go about it. I think that you have to be very honest with yourself about what do you like, and really like just uh, what do you like doing? What do you enjoy doing with your time? Is this is there a way to fine tune this where it will do good by you and do good by others? Is there a way to fine tune this to where you can make a living off of it? Is the philosophy good? Is there good science behind it? When you practice it, does it, do you enjoy the craft? That's what I mean. That could be a whole another video in itself. But like, do you enjoy doing it? Practicing the art of it. Do you have a good philosophy behind it? Maybe that's the the another pillar that digs into is this in some way, shape, or form something that can fit into a community well. It can serve people well. It enriches you, but can it enrich others? And then, is there some kind of scientific support for it? Is there something outside, of, your, circle and your purview looking into the circle that shows that it's a good thing? And then, from a business standpoint, is it something where the communication and the service, between the community and you can make a living off of it? Those are basically kind of getting around to it. So, yeah, those two things. Your thoughts matter. You are a neuroplastic being. The things that you fortify and you encourage and you have time and repetition with, these are going to be things that are going to mold and shape you. And so I encourage you to always be thinking positively, always be accepting the truth of who you are and what the world is, around you, and seek that truth and try to understand and wrestle with that truth. That'd be the third thing: wrestle with the things. Want to understand. No, there's nothing wrong with understanding, and there's nothing wrong with not knowing. There's nothing wrong with failure. The idea is to mold, shape, move forward, and be able to go into the next day better than you were before. To the neuroplastic standpoint, and then understanding that you dictate your path. You can have the vision, and you can do. You've been given the agency to do something with your life. about the halfway point in my life, just statistically speaking. And I reflect on, I was pretty passive growing up. And I hope that I never encourage you to be that way. I hope that I'm changing my life in such a way where you see an active father, so that when I encourage you to be active and then engaging with your community, that you're sold out on that idea, because that's something that's bigger than you and what you have planned for your life. What I mean by that, there's a lot of lessons in this, and I'm sorry this is such a long video, um, you're called to love God, to walk with Him, to understand what that means, wrestle with that, and find peace with that. But to that end, the second greatest thing is to love people. We try to understand God so that we can love people the best that we can. Those are the two higher things, the two higher tiers. Right below that is, what should you do with your life? Or do you like doing this? Do you like doing that? I mean, it's a very frivolous thought. I think it's a valuable thought. I think that what you do with your life is important, but don't forget your tears. There are things I don't know about my life right now, and they're just things that I'm hoping to figure out. But there's nothing stopping me from loving the people around me today, and to understand how to love those people better by knowing who God is, what He's calling me to do, and try to understand what does that love look like. He first loved us. When we understand what that love is and accept that love, whatever it is, and sometimes even fight and wrestle with it, then we can understand how to love people better. That was a lot. So maybe the recap I started with was the Olympian. The two things was that you are a neuroplastic being is the very first thing. So the things that you feed are going to mold you. The second thing with that being that you have agency of your life. You get to do with this life what you want. So just know that you are in the driver's seat, and you can take the car where you'd like. In that context, know that loving God and then loving people are the things that ought guide the steering wheel. It's making me think of that song, Jesus Take the Wheel. And you want God to guide your life. And maybe that's a whole another bag of worms too. But just seek to love God, seek to be in alignment with Him. Look to Jesus for that alignment, and trust that what He did to you, or what He did for you, is brings you into the family of God. When you're in that family of God, just seek to understand that alignment, or maybe fencing is the good word. Kind of what does the scope of Christianity look like? So that summarizes that. And then I guess the last little bit is just kind of a little umbrella of kind of understanding who you want to be. The four-legged stool, we'll call it. In chiropractic school, it was called the three-legged stool. You have the art or the practicing of the thing that you enjoy doing, the philosophy, what's the thing that's going to be driving, like why you do what you do, and how it incorporates to everyday life. The scientific aspect, the thing looking from outside your circle, and the thing that you want to impact inward, and seeing how you make an impact with it. That's the three-legged stool. I like calling it the four-legged stool, because the fourth leg, business, learning to be the thing that interacts in between all those different levels. Understanding that your time and services, something needs to drive doing what you're doing. And just in a capitalistic society, it's going to be money. It's not inherently evil. It's not inherently bad. It's going to be the thing, or maybe the vote, we'll say, of, of do you get to keep doing this or not? Okay, I'm gonna head to bed. I love you girls very much. And wherever you are in life, I hope you're well and know that I love you very much.